So this is the latest donation that we've been able to give fans supporting Foodbanks from the royalties from the Liverpool records that we make. So obviously it started with the Si Senor record back in 2019, just before the final in Madrid. But we've kind of tried to continue that. So we obviously put Postcards to Tommy and I or Minamino comes from Japan out as singles. We've done a Thiago single, and obviously the big one was we did the Unity is Strength album with loads and loads of different songs, and our take on that, the Van Dijk song and all this. So it's just been a gradual sort of procedure. So the most recent thing that we've done was the Simmy track as well.
So I collaborated on the Si Senor record with the Ragamuffins. We put it out on my record label, and every single penny that is raised from any of the streams, any of the plays, wherever that is going direct to these guys, Fan Supporting Foodbanks.
As the royalties come in, we hand them over to Fan Supporting Foodbanks, and obviously the main thing is though trying to make a big push about it.
Literally every time you stream, share, play, post before the game, every single stream from the Ragamuffins, that's going to these guys who really, really need it as well.
It's not just about the money coming in, it's about the donations that people can make on match days, and awareness of the organisation, because they do so much around the country, not just for Liverpool but for other clubs as well, and they're making an incredible difference at a really difficult time in communities.
Yeah, I mean, look, Mark and Dave, since our friendship started, I think 3 years ago now, what they've done is incalculable. Today the cheque's fantastic, that money will be spent in putting food into pantries, but the friendship and also the ability to get the message out about fan support and food banks, we really can't put that into monetary value. They're absolute brilliant partners. We're always delighted to work with them, and I think they deserve a huge amount of credit, both from a business level but also personal level, because as I said, we're absolutely delighted to work with them, and today's just another example of what they bring to fan support and food banks. But you know what, decency, collectivism, everything they do is everything what fan support and food banks is about. And as I said, it's difficult to put into words how much we owe them, and also the community as well.
I mean, you almost feel like you feel like you should be apolitical, but there's no point, because 12 years ago there weren't food banks in this country. Certainly not in a situation where there were more food banks than there are branches of McDonald's in the country, and that's because of political choices that the people in the government have made, and that is a huge problem that we are having to deal with, and because the decisions aren't being taken at government level to address these problems, people around the country are having to take action and do things. So you've got to have MPs like Ian making a difference, and Zara Sultana. They're the people who are making a difference in Parliament, and actually doing things to change, to make a positive change.
Well, the ongoing mission is to eradicate food poverty through the right to food, and that's what we'll be doing again. We're at Anfield today, the start of a new season. Unfortunately, we've got to be here today collecting food. It's something which we don't want to do. The message is eradicate food poverty by giving us a right to food. Politically, I'll be taking that to Westminster, and also obviously growing it through a grassroots initiative like Fan Support and Food Banks. But also, if you've looked at what Enough is Enough doing, the right to food's and the Enough is Enough campaign.
Food is a necessity. Food isn't an option. You can't, not like a nice pair of trainers or a phone or anything like that. Everybody needs to eat, and that's what these guys are doing. These guys are making sure that if you are hard up and you are struggling with it, there's always a place that you can go and get fed.
It's just so important, and it's not just in Liverpool. They've obviously just opened up branches in Scotland and across Scotland, not just Glasgow and Dundee as well, and other kind of towns and cities across Scotland. But it's a huge problem, and I mean, really, we shouldn't be having to do this, but it's obviously really important that we do. But yeah, and we'll continue to do it for as long as we need to.
The songs are on all platforms, so whether that's Spotify, Tidal, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, and YouTube as well. So whatever platform it gets played from, any of the profits are coming back to these.
And you can donate through the if you go to the fan supporting Foodbanks website, there's a donor box where you can actually directly donate money. But also one of the big things that you can do is to if every fan who came to Anfield today, every fan who went to Goodison on Everton match day, if they all donated 1 tin, then you could effectively solve like food poverty, certainly for a short period of time, because of the amount of donations. Now obviously it's getting harder for people to do that because difficulties in paying bills and paying for food bills is becoming a much wider problem, because more and more people are struggling. So it's very important to if you can, it's really important to try and help out. And so even if you bring 1 tin or a jar of food, it makes a huge difference, and it's hugely appreciated.
I believe you go on tour.
We are, yeah. Just been chatting to Jags about it then. Looking forward to it. We go in 4 weeks. So we're off to America, so we're doing California, and then we're doing Vegas. And we're going with Bruce Grobbelaar and Ronnie Whelan. So Brucey in Las Vegas. That's like, can't wait for that.
Going over to the States with Marc and Bruce Grobbelaar and Ronnie Whelan, and obviously your good selves. So we're going to see how we go on with that. But So if you go to the Cop Connect website, you can find details about that, and where we're going to be playing in Las Vegas and in California as well. So excited about that.